What if I told you one of Hollywood's most powerful men is now being accused of trading movie roles for something much darker? Tyler Perry is in the hot seat, and the details will leave you speechless.
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women.
Comedian Katt Williams has returned to attacking Tyler Perry, this time alleging he hosts outrageous sex parties where he and his crew systematically abuse rappers all night. Williams previously outed Perry as secretly gay, but now he's making even darker claims, not just that Perry takes turns bottoming for these young men, but potentially assaults them too. The situation grows more disturbing as Perry faces multiple assault lawsuits from aspiring actors who say he demanded sexual favors in exchange for roles. Apparently, the wilder their bedroom acts, the more prominent their parts in his films would be. And honey, let's just say Perry has very specific preferences when it comes to these young men. Tyler allegedly targets very specific types for these encounters, with his guest house reportedly serving as the primary location where these incidents occur. While whispers about Perry's behavior have circulated for years, the situation escalated dramatically when the Oval actor Derek Dixon filed a shocking $260 million lawsuit. Dixon claims Perry exploited his influence to coerce young men into sexual acts, threatening to kill off their characters if they refused. According to court documents, their first meeting occurred at a 2019 industry event at Tyler Perry Studios, after which Perry persistently pursued Dixon sexually. The lawsuit details disturbing incidents, including Perry allegedly pinning Dixon against a wall while choking him and making vulgar comments. Dixon also describes an encounter in Perry's guest house where Tyler forcibly pulled down his underwear before he managed to deflect the advance. Text messages submitted as evidence show Perry making explicit propositions, including one that reads, "No heterosexual man spends this much time with you unless he wants sex. I'd have sex with you." Public opinion quickly sided against Perry, especially since this wasn't the first such allegation. Actor Christian Keyes had previously hinted at similar experiences with a powerful industry figure, strongly implied to be Perry, though he never confirmed names. Notably, Keyes never retracted or clarified his statements.
Speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. This person was sexing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. Not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes, and it'll be men tempting men. I was like, well, I gotta protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above.
And remember Derek's claims about Tyler's inappropriate behavior in the guest house? Well, Christian Keyes previously made similar allegations, specifically mentioning that same location. This suggests Perry repeatedly uses the space when pursuing questionable intentions with his targets. Keyes stated he was intoxicated from Hennessy when Tyler allegedly entered his room uninvited and made repeated physical advances. The parallel between these accounts paints a disturbing pattern, with both men describing nearly identical scenarios of unwanted contact in that guest house. These consistent testimonies raise serious questions about Perry's conduct behind closed doors.
I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But, yeah. You get a grown man that knows that you're heterosexual and sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room. Because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so after a big party, won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab you. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the you doing, man? What the Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not bringing more.
While Christian reportedly accepted a settlement from Tyler, preventing him from filing suit like Derek, sources claim Perry continued pursuing him. When Christian maintained his refusal, industry insiders suggest Tyler allegedly used his influence at BET to undermine Christian's projects. The situation escalated to the point where Christian ultimately withdrew his show from both BET and Tyler's network entirely. This retaliation reportedly occurred after Christian consistently rejected Tyler's persistent advances, demonstrating the potential consequences of resisting Perry's alleged demands in the entertainment industry.
In transparency, it is disappointing to continuously find out that your show is coming back on the internet instead of finding out from the network. And I've mentioned that in previous seasons and it's still happening. Or to see the trailer online and have to go search for the trailer so I can try to download the trailer for the hit show that I created for this studio and this network instead of getting it sent when everybody else is getting theirs. It does feel dismissive and disrespectful when it continues to happen and you've addressed it and it still happens. So at this point, I do not believe that the prequel series that I've written and the spin-off show, any prequel or sequels, I do not believe I'll be doing them with BET. Whether you noticed or not, season 2, my Created by credit was removed. And I asked to get it back and they said no. And I ended up having to call the WGA, call the union to force the studio to give me my credit back that I had earned. I created this 15 years ago and I've been working on it for 15 years. I think God gave it to me because he knew I was going to protect it, and I will. But some things, these things got to change. In the prequel and sequel space, unfortunately, there are going to be a few personnel changes. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately, where some people get entitled or arrogant and unprofessional and, start coming to work high and inebriated on a regular basis, or start saying whatever they want to when the camera's rolling and disrespectful ad libs and things. And those things will be addressed. So there may be some personnel changes, but the show will go on.
Now this is when Katt Williams entered the conversation with shocking revelations. Industry sources claim he's been cautioning young men against attending Tyler's parties, drawing disturbing parallels to Diddy's alleged behavior. Williams reportedly stated the current accusations represent only a fraction of Perry's misconduct. Many weren't surprised by these claims, recalling Williams' previous accusations during his explosive Shannon Sharpe interview. He had asserted Tyler's obsession with playing Madeas stemmed from gender identity issues, suggesting the role provided cover for his alleged desire to live as a woman. These persistent allegations paint a troubling pattern of behavior.
Everybody was Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
While Katt Williams delivers humor, he consistently speaks truth. Remarkably, he sounded warnings about Tyler Perry long before Christian or Derek came forward. Yet, as often happens, the public dismissed his claims until concrete allegations surfaced. One observer noted, Katt's been truthful for decades. They've harassed him, even interfered with his custody, because he refuses to conform. Another commented, Tyler should simply be honest about his preferences. It's 2025, no need for secrecy. Now we turn to you. What's your perspective on these disturbing allegations against Perry? Do Williams' claims hold merit? Share your thoughts below, and don't miss our related expose video. Click here to watch.